Sometimes you cannot win every battle. Uh you cannot keep players who are becoming a thorn in a club, who are becoming agents of disharmony in the club. You cannot keep certain players. They have to take a hard decision. And shout out to Edu for leading the cause for taking those hard decisions. Kolasinac, Socrates, they had to go. Now, you can't blame him for Arsenal not getting any financial remuneration or incentive of those players. Who was going to pay for those players? Like sometimes when people make these statements or argue this point, it's just silly. You're just looking for a way to give a dog a bad name and hang it. Who was going to pay for Kolasinac? Who was going to pay for Socrates? Who? Gendozi, we didn't get that much. How much? Let's talk about Edu, the recent promotion of Edu from technical director to sporting director. For me, good news, fantastic news, right timing during the Premiership recess. The World Cup stake is going on now. Arsenal can decide to do certain things, and I'm very happy for his promotion because when Edu walked in 2019, Arsenal were in the trenches. There were a lot of trash. The club was in disarray. Then I think Sahi was still the Sahi was the main guy where Edu was just the technical director. He didn't have the kind of power he has right now. And he did his best. We know how Sahi had to leave the club because we know how something was sketchy about the Pepe deal, some of the signings, some of the deals, the link to KR Disruption, the notorious agent. So Saheli was allowed to let go during the pandemic, and Edu and Arteta were promoted and not really promoted, like given the reins since Saheli was on there. And let's be real, some of you did not like the appointment of Edu, which is fair. You don't have to like everybody, but the Kroenkes have made their choice, and you have to respect it. And if I look at it objectively, Edu has not done a bad job. Whether you like him or not, let's look at what he has done, bringing in quality players, ripping up some contracts. I heard some journalists then trying to condemn him that Arsenal were paying off players, but they had to do so. You could have kept Ozil around the gaff when he was sticking up the place. He wasn't playing. He was undermining the management of the team and the manager. He had to go. Sometimes you cannot win every battle. Uh you cannot keep players who are becoming a thorn in a club, who are becoming agents of disharmony in the club. You cannot keep certain players. They have to take a hard decision. And shout out to Edu for leading the cause for taking those hard decisions. Kolasinac, Socrates, they had to go. Now, you can't blame him for Arsenal not getting any financial remuneration or incentive of those players. Who was going to pay for those players? Like sometimes when people make these statements or argue this point, it's just silly. You're just looking for a way to give a dog a bad name and hang it. Who was going to pay for Kolasinac? Who was going to pay for Socrates? Who? Gendozi, we didn't get that much. How much did you pay for Gendozi? 7 million, and we got around that range, selling more. Gendozi was becoming what's the right word to use? Apart from his insubordination to Arteta, we know what he did against Brighton, and he refused to apologize. We know what happened when they went for the warm winter break in Dubai. Guendouzi was becoming a thorn in the flesh, and he had to go. We loaned him out, inserted a clause, a buyout clause in the contract, and he had to go. Let's not forget, Edu did not bring in Guendouzi. Neither did Arteta. They met these players at the club, and they saw that these players were not going to be part of the project or the future of the club, and they had to go. Either way you slice it, Edu for me objectively has done a very good job. Now there is no sporting director, technical director, manager in the world that gets 100% in their transfers. So for me, the promotion from technical director to sporting director is a well-deserved one. Making him the first Arsenal sporting director for me is fantastic. I'm applauding it and I love it. And he deserves it. A few weeks ago, when the rumor came out, people were doubting it or just PR. Everything always PR. I get it, there is PR spin in this game, but everything is not always PR. It shows that other clubs are having keen interest in Edu, and Arsenal has done the right thing by securing him. Let's not forget, Edu does not have the regular contract that players have. He's a permanent staff of the club, so the contracts are drafted differently. Promotion, maybe a little bit of money, and given more responsibility in the club. It's fantastic. Now, what is going to change from technical director to sporting director? A lot of people ask that question. What's the difference? Now, as a technical director, he was just superseding and overseeing the first team, maybe the under 17 sometimes, maybe the under 21, in no official capacity. But his main work as a technical director was overseeing the first team. Now, as a sporting director, he's going to be overseeing all the sporting facets of the club, including the women game, the under 17 that Pierre Matseka is in charge of, and the under 21. Now, it doesn't demote Pierre Mertesacker. It just says that Edu is now overseeing all those facets of the club, from the under 21 to under 17 to under 19 to the women to the first team. Edu is now officially overseeing those sporting aspects in the club. And congratulations to him. He has done a fantastic job, and he deserves his promotion, and he deserves his raise. And I'm very sure this coming January in the transfer window, Arsenal is going to do something in the transfer window. I am not sure of the names of the players that's being bandied, that's being circulated around. Nobody is sure about that, but I am certain, 100% certain, Arsenal will bring at least one player to actually supplement the team and help Arteta and the team try to achieve their goal of either winning the Premier League, which is not impossible, but it's not plausible right now because of the juggernaut in Man City. But at least maintaining a certain level and keeping second place, or if Man City falls off, we can actually sneak in and win the league. I am 100% certain Arsenal will bring at least one signing this January transfer window. And what was the statement from the club regarding this Edu's promotion? So from the chief executive, Vine, I'm not going to try to pronounce the second name. I'm not going to twist my tongue. According to Vinay, the chief executive of Arsenal, we are delighted that Edu is recommitting his future to the club that he clearly loves after making a positive and critical contributions to our progress in this time with us so far. And that's 100% spot on. Edu has been a progressive force at Arsenal. Either way it slices or dices, whether you love him or you hate him, Edu has been a breath of fresh air. Edu promotion formalizes his already growing influence over our academy operation, and we look forward to Pierre and Edu working together. Even they're going working together officially, Edu is now in charge. Working together to strengthen the integration between our men's first team and our academy yet further. So, like I said previously, that Edu will now be overseeing the men's first team and all the age group facets of the club, which is great. Guys, let me know. Are you excited for this promotion for Edu, or you're underwhelmed? For me, I'm excited. I love it. I think that people should be rewarded for their good works, regardless of what other people might think. Objectivity is not subjective. If you are objective about this, you know Edu has done a great job. Now, is it subjective that you might want somebody else? That is cool. But the Crown case and the hierarchy of the team have said Edu is their man, and Edu is the man to move forward. And he had a fantastic relationship with Pierre and Arteta. Why want to break that up? If it's working, why fix it? So for me, it's a fantastic innovation at the club. It's a fantastic development, and I'm loving it. And the fact that they are doing this research when the players are representing their international teams at the World Cup just makes a fantastic signing. And Edu can actually focus on bringing in the reinforcement we'll be needing in January. Guys, if you like this content, make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you're not yet subscribed yet, make sure you stick a like on the video for the upgrade, very important, and turn the notification bell on. And I'll see you guys on the next one.